guess who's back? So it's been a month since I uploaded, and I have only been making YouTube videos for about 5 months now, and I was pretty consistent with it for all of those 5 months. I missed a few weeks, but I've never gone this long without uploading, but I felt like I just needed to take a break. I knew June, which is right now, was gonna be really busy because I have a lot of pop-ups. I have a pop-up tomorrow, which is what I'm gonna be doing in this video today. I'm gonna be preparing for that, but I just wanted to explain myself, I guess. So yeah, May was just my rest time. I mean, I've been hustling, trying to get as much product made for the past few weeks, but not only did I want to rest as much as I could, but I also had a lot of things to celebrate. It was Mother's Day. We went on a trip to Mammoth for that, and then my brother and sister's birthdays are both in May, and my best friend's birthday is in May. So yeah, I just wanted to not feel burnt out. I felt bad for not uploading, but I know in the long run it was better for my mental health. But I am back, and I plan on being back right before I did my 2 pop-ups this weekend so that I can show you guys the day before and how I get ready for it, and just maybe giving some tips as I get ready. And I will also film some footage. I'll try to film some footage from the weekend. It's hard because I've never really filmed around a bunch of people, but I don't know if I'll have time, so hopefully my boyfriend can film some stuff for me while we are there tomorrow and Sunday. So yeah, let's go get ready. I have quite a few things to still do. I still have some things that I'm getting ready, and then I also always set up my whole table the day before. So for the last minute things that I'm doing today, the day before the pop-ups, I'm planning on making a bunch more wax melts. I have some made over here, but I want to make a lot more. All these boxes are filled with candles that I plan on bringing, and these, and I have to trim these ones and put those in boxes. I'm gonna bring these 16-ounce boxes. I was just cleaning them up. I'm gonna bring all of these wood bowls that I already wrapped, so I have to wrap those ones over there. And then I got this new stand. I can't spin it right now because there's some candles in the way, but it spins around, and all sides are covered with diffusers. I got this from Amazon, and I like it much better than the other stand I was using because this one holds way more, and I think it'll be heavier. I had a problem with the other stand because when it would be windy at pop-ups, it would always blow over and fall down, and then I would just have to take all the diffusers off and lay them on the table, which didn't look as nice. So yeah, I wish I could spin this. I'll show you guys later when I do my mock setup of how this looks. So I'm gonna bring all of these diffusers. I basically always bring a bunch of everything. This is the most that I'm gonna bring this whole weekend because I feel like the pop-ups are getting more popular now, and I just want to make sure that I have enough. Even if I'm going to have extra, I just want to bring as much as I can. So basically I'm pretty much bringing $3,000, I think more than $3,000 worth of inventory, around that. So I can let you guys know how that does after the weekend, because I'm planning on editing this video probably on Sunday or Monday, and then I'll let you guys know how I did at the pop-up. Okay, so I basically brought out all the supplies from the storage. I have the table right there, some chairs. I'm bringing a cooler because I think it's going to be hot this weekend, and I haven't dealt with weather above 80 degrees during a pop-up, so I'm scared that my candles will melt. I have my stand, and then we have the canopy. I'm not going to set this up for the mock-up because that's just too much work. And then I have my crates, and here is a bunch of things for my display on the table, and I have some gift bags underneath. These are some new things I bought. I'm borrowing this table. It's smaller than the other one for my dad, so I'm gonna have 2 tables this time, which I've never done. I usually only have 1 table. And I got this tablecloth, I got this tray to hold my wax melts, and this cute G. I want to get GVM for Green Valley Made, but for now I just got the G. So yeah, I'm just gonna do a mock setup and see how I want to set it up for this weekend. So this is just a rough draft. I have a lot of empty space because I have a lot of products still in the studio that I don't want to bring out because it's hot. Okay, so I just put all the stuff away from my mock setup. I just did it really quick because it was getting hot and I didn't want anything to melt already. So I don't know how I'm gonna go about protecting my candles and wax melts from melting tomorrow. It's gonna be 95 degrees in the town that we're gonna be in. I do have a cooler that my mom let me borrow, and I have ice packs, a bunch of ice packs that I bought before because I thought I needed them last summer for summer shipping, but I never ended up using them. So luckily I have those to use to put in the cooler, but the cooler doesn't even fit everything that I'm bringing, so we shall see. I'm worried that my candles will get ruined because they are savable. All I have to do is go over it with a heat gun to fix the tops of candles if they do get messed up, but at the same time that would suck to have to do all that extra work. So yeah, I did that. I have my cash box right here. I always make sure that I have enough change in it the day before, and I make sure that I have my square reader. I'm also going to update my prices sign. So I put all my prices on this little sign so that I can put it on my table so that people don't have to ask me what my prices are. They can just see it right there. Usually people automatically look, and I rarely ever get asked how much something is unless it's at the end when they make their purchase and I do the total. But yeah, I'm gonna make sure that I have all the items that I'm bringing on this sign. Yeah, so everything is all set up on the porch and ready to put right into Josh's car when he gets home, so that we have it all set up and we don't have to load anything tomorrow morning. So I like to do everything the night before. I do this with camping when we go on road trips. I just like to do everything ahead of time so that I'm not stressed out the day of. So it is a few days later and I'm editing my video now, and like I mentioned, I'm going to talk about how the events went and how I did in terms of sales and all of that, and some summer tips that I have when doing markets during the hot weather, because damn, it was hot. So in terms of sales, I told you guys earlier that I brought about $3,000 worth of inventory. I sold about maybe half of that, or a little under half of that, which is pretty good for just a weekend working. I did expect more because the first event on Saturday have usually been my best events, but that day was much slower than I thought it would be. I don't know if it was because of the location, because it's kind of out in the middle of nowhere. It was on a main street, but it is much farther than where all the locals live. So yeah, that was a much slower day. So luckily the Sunday's event kind of made up for it, because the location is really good for that one, and it was really hot on both days. It felt like it was in the hundreds. It was probably in the 90s, but we're out in the desert, so the dry heat just made it feel super hot. So on Saturday, some of my candles melted. It was mostly my wood bowls that were affected, and I figured that I could just take them home and fix them with a heat gun, but I ended up not being able to fix them, and I wasn't able to smooth it out with my heat gun. So that sucks, because now I have a few candles that are not as aesthetically pleasing anymore. What really helped was that we brought a cooler full of ice packs, and I wasn't able to fit everything in it, and I wanted to have the candles on display, so it was hard deciding what to put in the cooler box, and unfortunately the ones that I had on display kind of melted. My tins were okay. We kept moving our items around when the sun would hit them, so I would not have anything under the sun. We would move our canopy around so that it was always covered with shade, so anytime it's hot and it's right directly under the sun, then they are going to melt. The cooler really helps. So next time I will probably bring 3 coolers or 2 coolers, I think, if I ever did another summer event. But also we just want to aim for events that are either indoors or at nighttime or in the evening, because a lot of people are starting to host events in the evening time when it's less hot. You want to aim for those events, but if we do happen to do an event during the day, I would aim to bring a few more coolers and just have just a few items on display and have most of my inventory in the coolers. I don't know how I'm going to keep track of everything inside the coolers, but that's what we have to do. And I'm wondering if any other candle people or food vendors or anything where you have products that can melt or get ruined in the heat, do you guys even do summer events, or how do you go about doing events when it's really hot? If you guys have tips for me, then I would like to know. This past weekend is the first time we ever did an event that was that hot. Oh, also what helped was that we were able to set up right next to our neighbor's canopy, so our canopies would basically be touching, and I think that's how it usually might be at events. I don't know if they usually space them out far apart, but we were right next to each other on our canopies, which was good because their shade would also provide more shade for us, and then the other side when the sun would move. So yeah, that helped a lot. So yeah, that's how I did. I sold about half of my inventory. Those are some of the tips that I have when doing hot events. And if you have any tips for me when doing hot events, please let me know. And if you're in the Los Angeles area and you know like big venues, big events that they do indoors, please let me know. I would like to start expanding to other cities, because right now we only do them in the Antelope Valley area, which is about an hour from Los Angeles. So let us know. And yeah, if you guys have any more questions, just leave them down in the comments. Also, all of the items from my pop-up shops that I use are going to be listed in the description below, so if you want to shop through there, yeah, they'll all be down there. Okay, I also wanted to mention that I did start a coffee account. So basically, if you just find value in my videos and all the tips I give and anything I share, then you can send me a coffee or a tea or any amount that you want that extra help would help me a bunch in just continuing to make these kinds of videos. I am monetized now and I do make money from the affiliate links that I post, but it's such a small amount and I love doing it. But if you guys want to help me out even more and support even more, then that would be amazing. So that will be linked down below too. Alright guys, thank you for watching. I'm happy to be back. I will be back with another video next week, so I'll see you then.